great. I was very happy to see the amount of cereal we got. I really wasn't expecting this much. So to see this much it's really awesome. Yes? Oh, no. Somebody made it. I'm gonna have some more to say, but right now I want to introduce Mrs. Steinhilber. Right, the goal of this was always to donate to her food pantry. So.
Good morning, boys and girls. I am so happy to be here this morning and so excited to see all these cereal boxes. Let me tell you a little bit about our food pantry so you might understand what we're doing here and what you're helping us to do. Mrs. Marshall's with me today and she's a volunteer at the food pantry. In fact, we have over 50 people from our community who come and help us all the time at the food pantry. A volunteer, you know, is somebody that gives their time without any pay to help others in the community. So all of these volunteers are working hard to help people in Hebron. Hebron Food Pantry is a white building over on Sigler Street. It's not very far from the school. Some people in our community struggle to have enough money to buy food for their families. Some of these people are older citizens who aren't able to work anymore. Some of these people are sick and they have lots of medical bills. Some of these people work hard, but they just don't have enough money to buy food for their large families. Some of them have lost their job, and you know, it takes a while to find a new job. Every month, over 100 families come to the food pantry for help. They do not have to pay for the food at the food pantry. Many people from our community work together to keep the shelves in the pantry full of good food. We have fruits, vegetables, meat, soup, spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, milk and eggs, and of course, lots of boxes of cereal. We couldn't do this big job without help of a lot of people in our community. We have many partners that help us with this big job. Do you know that Hebron School is one of our partners? Hebron School does a lot to help us with our food pantry. Remember last fall we did a food drive and that food came to our pantry? That was very helpful. And this cereal is just wonderful. We'll have cereal for the pantry way all summer long and into the fall, thanks to you. When you bring a box of cereal to school, you are helping us help other people in our community that need a hand up. Thank you, boys and girls, for being helpers in our community.
So Mrs. Steinhilber, right, she runs the food pantry. We're also working with Mrs. Ripperdam, who's a mother of one of the students here. She runs the town's local blessing box, which is kind of like a food pantry in that it accepts donations, but it only accepts donations on like a much smaller scale. So it's like a food pantry, but not quite the same. Still pretty cool. She's gonna take some cereal too. All right, I think, are we ready to start announcing the winner? Okay. So, I have too many pieces of paper. So in week 1, second grade won with 61 boxes. Pretty cool. In week 2, 4th grade won with 68 boxes. In week 3, 4th grade won again with 64 boxes. And then finally in week 4, kindergarten won with 71 boxes. Alrighty, so grand totals. Preschool brought in 19 boxes over the month of April. Kindergarten brought in 183 boxes. First grade brought in 137. Second grade brought in 151 boxes. Third grade brought in 152 boxes. Fourth grade brought in 233 boxes. Fifth grade brought in 118 boxes. So we had a grand total of 1,033. Seriously though, that's awesome. 1,032 boxes of cereal. Since I do STEM occasionally, sometimes I do math, that's over 8,200 bowls of cereal. I think that really puts into perspective how many people you're feeding. You potentially fed 8,000 people. That's insane. That's awesome. Alright, so third grade, you guys won bronze with 152 boxes. Kindergarten, you won silver with 103 boxes. And fourth grade won gold with 230. Now, before we knock it over, I want to thank everybody involved to make this happen today. First, I want to thank you students and our Hebron Hall families. It could not have happened without your support, right? To the people who brought in 1 box, to the people who brought in 20 boxes, every donation mattered. You know, some of you were asking about the stops we put in. If we took those out, the domino effect would stop, right? Every box matters just as much as the one before. So thank you to everybody who brought in cereal. I would also like to thank Mrs. Jones' 5th grade class. Mrs. Patterson volunteered them to help set up yesterday. And her library mice. And her library mice. I want to thank my younger brother Luke and his friend Landon. They helped package. I want to thank Mrs. Hale for donating her gym and the Hale family. They helped set up. And then I want to thank Mrs. Patterson. I just wanted to do a cereal drive. She really gave it more pizzazz, spirit. And I also want to thank Mr. Patterson. He came up with some great ideas that helped to make this a possibility too. I want to thank Mr. Stefan. Dave Sanapano? Yeah. But yeah, thank you. Thanks to everybody. I think it would be fitting for Mrs. Patterson to start the domino effect. This is her last year. Oh, was I not? Okay. It's going to be a send-off. You can start it now. I think we'll just do, I don't know how I want to dismiss. I didn't get that far. Well, fourth grade, you won some stuff, but you also won an opportunity to help us clean up. So you guys I guess I guess we'll do, I'm open to suggestions. 5th grade, kindergarten.